What's up, everybody? My name is Loren and welcome to my channel. Today is the beginning of a series where I am answering all of your Yoga Nidra questions. And today I picked one of the most important questions that I got asked because I feel like this is a question that is keeping someone from showing up on their mat and practicing Yoga Nidra. And if this is affecting one person, then I know that this is affecting more of you out there. And so I hope that this video will help you start to be able to practice more. So the question that I got asked, lying down triggers my brain. That makes it really scary for me to lay down and practice Yoga Nidra. Do you have advice for how I can approach this so that I can help my nervous system and do your Yoga Nidras? It's hard to surrender and let go. There are many reasons that you may not be able to lay down for your practice. And a couple that I can think of is if you have any medical conditions that would keep you from being able to lie down flat. This could be something like congestive heart failure, sleep apnea, or even pregnancy after a certain trimester. Another reason that you may not want to lie down for your practice in Savasana, like the practice traditionally calls for, is that you might have a history of trauma or a history of anxiety that prevents you from being able to lie down flat. The great news is you don't have to lie down for your Yoga Nidra practice. There are many other positions that you can take that will allow you to practice Yoga Nidra and let go and surrender. So today I'm going to show you two poses that you could try that might help you instead of lying flat on your back for Savasana. For demonstration and to keep things really simple, I'm going to be showing you with a yoga bolster as well as 2 yoga blocks. However, if you don't have those props, no big deal. Hang out till later in the video and I'm going to give you a few ideas that you can use for props around your house. So the first thing that you want to consider when it comes to how can I practice Yoga Nidra when I don't want to lie down or I can't lie down for whatever reason. First things first is go easy on yourself. It is completely okay that you don't lie down in Savasana and you can still have an amazing practice. What you want to start to think about is how can you feel safe in this practice and what position feels good to you. And what comes to mind to me when someone can't lie down flat is to get them into an inclined position or to sit all the way up. Yes, you can sit all the way up and still practice Yoga Nidra. And I'm going to show you some ways that you can do that at home. So the first thing that we're going to do is I'm going to just show you an inclined position using a yoga bolster and 2 blocks. There's a few levels that you could try with your yoga bolster. The first one would be to just have the bolster down onto your surface. And so you're most likely practicing on your yoga mat. Maybe you're practicing on your bed if that's where you like to practice. I just have this nice meditation cushion that's super comfy that I like to practice on. And so this would be your first level. And how you would use this is that you would place the bolster right up against your sacrum, and then you would lean back onto the bolster. And from here, depending on what feels good to you, your feet can stay flat on the floor, the knees can go in towards each other. Now for me, this position feels a little intense. I couldn't surrender into comfort from this position. So let me show you how you can use 2 yoga blocks to prop up your bolster so that it feels less intense and you will be able to surrender into comfort and letting go. So the first would be to just try 1 yoga block. And I'm probably going to have to get rid of my soft surface here shortly because this is going to get a little too wobbly. So you might want to consider that as you start to prop yourself up. So all I did was place 1 yoga block underneath, and then that took out a lot of the tension and the working that my body had to do. And this is a much more comfortable position where my body can let go. And so you may just need 1 yoga block. Something else that you can try is to have blankets on either side of you or pillows or whatever props that you have at your house. And then that way your arms don't feel like they're hanging. And so you'll lay back down on your bolster, adjust these to where they feel good. And then your arms are now nice and supported. That feels really good. But maybe you need to go higher. So let me show you how to do that. Let me get rid of this mat and I will be right back. Now that I have a nice sturdy surface, I'm going to show you how you could use your yoga blocks to prop yourself up a little higher. And so you will use 2 yoga blocks for this. And I'm going to do this setting here to where I have 1 high, one low, and this is really a medium setting here. And I'm gonna place my bolster right on top. And so now I'm propped up even higher, and I can lay back down and be even higher in my practice. Using your pillows or your blankets to support your arms as well to provide more comfort for you. And then actually these blocks can go up even higher. If you need to be even higher in your practice, then you can set them up to where they're like this. And then you rest your bolster right on top. And this would be pretty much the highest setting that you can use using bolsters and 2 blocks. Now I want to show you how you can set yourself up at the wall and support your body with props from around your house so that you can be really comfortable for the practice. Okay, so what we're gonna do here is we're gonna try and create a really comfortable seat, and we're gonna use the wall for you to lean against. You could do this a couple ways. You could start with placing a bolster against the wall and leaning against the bolster, kind of at an angle, and leaning back. But that doesn't feel super comfortable for me. So what I would do is I would start to prop some things up behind me so that when I lean back, a folded blanket feels really good behind my head. But what no longer feels good are my arms. So what you'll want to do is you're going to want to build up height for your arms so that your arms are nice and supported. And this is going to take quite a few props, probably going to take 3 blankets. 2 feels a little low for me. Everyone's a different size, but you'll have at least 2 blankets on each side of you, something behind your head to support your head, and leaning back against that. Another thing that you can do is you can have something supporting you like a bolster behind your back, and then you could create something for your legs to rest on. And so you could prop underneath your knees, and then I would also maybe prop underneath your heels, so that your heels are lifted up off the ground, here and here. And this feels really good. So you would have something behind your head, something behind your back, something underneath your knees, something underneath your ankles. And then if you want your arms to be down by your side, then I would definitely have some pillows here propping up your arms, or you could place them in your lap, but that does not feel supportive. So I hope that gives you some really great ideas on what you could start to do instead of lying down all the way flat on your back for your Yoga Nidra practice. If you have questions, please leave them down in the comments below. I will be happy to do more videos to help you find more comfortable positions, help you find props around your house. But as promised, I want to talk to you about some props that you can use around your house if you do not have access to yoga blocks or a yoga bolster. So first things first, let's talk about what you could use instead of blocks. I have used books, so some sturdy books that you can find around the house. I think what works really well are boxes, maybe like an Amazon package that you've had delivered that hasn't been empty yet, and one of varying height that you can use to prop your pillow or your bolster against. But basically, you can use anything that you want that has a similar shape and will just be there to provide support for you. Another thing that you could use to prop yourself up against is a suitcase. Like if it's a smaller suitcase, maybe even something that you drape your legs over if you cover it with a nice blanket. All right, so in replacement of a yoga bolster. Yoga bolsters are really fantastic to have. I will link my favorite one in the notes below. But it is an investment that you would be making for your practice, and that's not always feasible for everyone. So you could literally use any pillows that you have around the house, but what you may find is that the pillows, they give a little too much. So this is just a random couch pillow. You could also use bed pillows. And then what I would do is I would stack 2 to 3 bed pillows up, and I would cover them really tightly with a bath towel or a blanket so that everything stays really smooth, but you've created a nice firm surface for you to lean back on, and it's not going to move around. And then last but not least, the best yoga bolster replacement is actually a couch cushion. If you have a couch cushion that comes off like the back of the couch, these are fantastic. as a bolster replacement. And this is a little big, but I actually find it to be really comfortable in a restorative yoga class, in my Yoga Nidra practice, underneath my legs as a support for my back. So if you have that, this is one of the best things that you can use for a yoga prop in replacement for a yoga bolster. If you literally have none of those things and lying flat is a no-go, then what you can start to do is you could literally just start stacking up firmer blankets. These are not folded correctly, but firmer blankets that will provide a nice support for you. So even blankets like this can be shaped into a nice shape that will support your body. Use sheets, you can use anything that you have around your house that will be nice and stackable. One final note for anyone who may be struggling with anxiety during their Yoga Nidra practice, you don't have to close your eyes. And so maybe find out if keeping your eyes at a soft gaze feels better than closing your eyes, or maybe covering your eyes helps you to start to surrender a little bit more. What you may find when you start to prop yourself up a little bit higher for your Yoga Nidra practice is that you can settle down a little bit easier. When we're in Savasana, it's really a neutral place. Everything is even throughout the body, everything is in balance. And when we bring our head up a little bit more, you can almost think of it as your mind sinking down towards your heart. We can start to let go a little bit easier when we're propped up like that. Just make sure that you're supporting your head, you're supporting your neck, because those two areas are basically the gateway to your relaxation. If you're not comfortable in your head and neck, you're definitely not going to be able to sink down into that effortless feeling during your practice. I hope this video helped you. Let me know what you think in the comments below. And then if you have more Yoga Nidra questions, be sure to find that link in the notes below where I have that posted in the community tab, and you can come and ask any Yoga Nidra questions that you have. Thank you for being here. Don't forget to give the video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you're brand new, and then other ways to help support this channel, this free channel of Yoga Nidra, is to share it with your friends and to post it in your social media. And then if you also wanted to become a part of the community insiders, I have a membership through YouTube where it's just 99 cents a month, and this gets you early access to all of the Yoga Nidras that are released. You get them 1 week before everybody else. You get a free Yoga Nidra to download and keep forever every month. And then if you're really interested in taking your practice even deeper, you could come and join me at Intentionology. Intentionology is an online studio and membership platform that I have created for nervous system wellness. This includes Yoga Nidra, restorative yoga, breath work, hypnosis, all things that help you slow down. But it's easy like having an app without having to mess with an app. So you can save your favorite practices. Each month we have an intention that's going to help you move the needle forward on what you're trying to create in your life, as far as how you're trying to feel in terms of your stress and your nervous system, and what goals you are trying to create so that you live your life with an intention, instead of getting to the end of your life and being like, wow, I wish I wouldn't have felt that way my entire life. And so each month there is a mindfulness journaling activity that you get to do that is focused on helping you with the monthly intention. There is a membership community where you won't have to be on social media, and we can all be around like-minded people that are really interested in creating a life with intention. And so thank you for being here, and I'll see you next time.